Social media addiction is one of the biggest silent battles of our time. It doesn't arrive with a loud knock at the door. It doesn't wear a frightening mask. It doesn't carry chains to bind us. Instead, it comes quietly, slipping into our pockets, glowing gently from our screens, offering us comfort, distraction, and a sense of belonging. We welcome it without suspicion. We hold it close, like a friend who seems harmless, until one day we look up and realize it has taken more from us than we ever thought possible. When we think about addiction, our minds often turn to things like alcohol, drugs, or gambling. But addiction wears many faces. And today, in the modern age, one of the most dangerous and overlooked forms of addiction is social media. It's not just the endless scrolling, the double taps, or the notifications that keep us hooked. It's the way it burrows into our minds, rewires our thoughts, and slowly begins to control how we see ourselves and the world around us. We live in an age where, before even brushing our teeth in the morning, many of us reach for our phones. The first thing we want to know is who has liked our posts, who has commented, what the latest trend is, or what shocking news the world has thrown up overnight. For some, the day doesn't truly begin until they've scrolled through Instagram, checked Twitter, swiped on TikTok, and maybe posted a Snapchat story. It feels normal. It feels harmless. It feels like part of daily life. But what we don't realize is that every single interaction is slowly shaping our minds, feeding our emotions, and training our brains to rely on little hits of validation. Think of it for a moment. Each notification, each like, each new follower, it's like a spark of dopamine, a tiny rush of pleasure, the same chemical released when someone gambles and wins. That's not by accident. Social media companies have designed their platforms to be addictive. They know that the more time we spend scrolling, the more adverts we see, the more money they make. The bright colors, the red notification bubbles, the endless feeds that never run out, all of these are carefully created to keep us hooked. It's not just technology, it's psychology. They understand our minds better than we do ourselves. But here's the hidden danger. While we think we are in control, scrolling freely and choosing what we like, the truth is often the opposite. Social media controls us. It dictates our moods. It tells us what beauty looks like, what success looks like, what happiness should be. It whispers into our ears, making us compare our lives with others. Suddenly, a teenager scrolling through Instagram feels ugly because she doesn't look like the airbrushed models she sees. A young man feels like a failure because he doesn't drive the flashy cars or travel the exotic places influencers flaunt online. A mother feels pressure to make her home spotless and her children perfect because that's what she sees on Facebook. Slowly, silently, comparison steals joy. And comparison is only one side of it. Let's talk about time. Hours and hours vanish into social media, often without us even realizing it. How many times have you picked up your phone, promising yourself you'll scroll for just 5 minutes, and then looked up to find that an entire hour has passed? This is the trap. Social media steals time. the one resource we can never get back. Time that could have been spent with family, learning a new skill, reading a book, walking in nature, or simply resting. Time wasted scrolling through strangers' lives instead of living our own. Relationships also suffer. Imagine sitting at dinner with your loved ones, but everyone is staring at their phones. The laughter, the conversations, the warmth, all replaced by silence broken only by the sound of tapping screens. Couples argue because one spends more time liking strangers' photos than listening to their partner. Parents miss their children's stories because they are too busy checking who viewed their posts. Friendships weaken, not because people stop caring, but because they start caring more about virtual attention than real connection. Slowly, human bonds, the most precious part of life, are weakened by glowing screens. And then there's the emotional toll. Studies show that the more time people spend on social media, the more likely they are to feel anxious, depressed, or lonely. At first, it seems strange. How could something that connects us to millions make us feel lonelier? But the answer is clear. What we see online is rarely real. People show only the best parts of their lives, the smiles, the holidays, the celebrations. Rarely do they share the arguments, the tears, the fears, the struggles. And when we compare our ordinary days to their highlights, we feel inadequate. We feel left out. We feel as though everyone else is happy, successful, and thriving, except us. This illusion feeds despair. But it doesn't end there. Social media is not only a thief of time and joy, it can also be a destroyer of focus. Think about how often your phone buzzes. Each notification pulls you away from whatever you were doing. You're writing an essay, and suddenly a message pops up. You're working on a project, and a notification distracts you. You're reading a book, but your mind wonders what's happening on Twitter. Over time, your brain becomes wired for distraction, unable to stay still, unable to focus deeply. Creativity suffers, productivity suffers, and slowly you lose the ability to be fully present in the moment. So, if social media has so many dangers, what can be done? How can we prevent it from destroying our lives? The answer is not to abandon it completely, for in truth, social media has benefits too. It connects families across oceans. It allows ideas to spread, businesses to grow, voices to be heard. But the key is control. Either we control social media, or it controls us. The first step is awareness. We must open our eyes to how much time we truly spend online. Many phones today have features that track screen time. Check it. You might be shocked to see how many hours you give away to scrolling. Awareness is painful, but it is the beginning of change. The second step is boundaries. Decide how much time you want to spend on social media each day, and stick to it. Maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe an hour, but once that time is over, put the phone down. Do not let endless scrolling consume your day. Third, create phone-free zones. For example, no phones at the dining table. No phones in bed. These boundaries allow real human connection to flourish again. Look into people's eyes, not into your screen. Listen with your heart, not just with your ears. Fourth, be mindful of what you consume. Unfollow accounts that make you feel insecure, anxious, or angry. Follow those that inspire, educate, and uplift. Social media should serve you, not harm you. Fill your feed with positivity, not poison. And fifth, replace scrolling with living. Every time you feel the urge to check your phone out of boredom, choose a different activity. Go for a walk. Write in a journal. Read a book. Call a friend. Learn a skill. Bit by bit, you will reclaim your time, your focus, your joy. Remember, the problem is not the phone, nor the apps, but the way we use them. Social media should be a tool, not a master. It should connect us, not control us. It should inspire us, not imprison us. And the choice is ours. We cannot go back to a world without social media, but we can create a healthier relationship with it. Imagine a life where your mornings begin not with a screen, but with gratitude. Where your meals are filled with laughter, not silence. Where your evenings are spent with books, hobbies, and loved ones, not endless scrolling. Where your self-worth is not measured in likes, but in kindness, courage, and character. This is possible, but only if we are willing to take control. At the heart of it, the question is simple. Do you want to live your life watching others, or do you want to live your life creating your own story? The clock is ticking. Time is slipping. Don't let social media steal it all away. Choose to live. Choose to love. Choose to be free.